But one of his questions that he posed to himself and the rest of the world was, can someone other than Hendrick, Penske, and Gibbs win the Cup Series championship? And he says, not realistically with the current OEM rules. A non-Big Three championship in the last 20 years. Truex with Furniture Row. They had the Gibbs connection. Harvick with SHR in 2014. They had a Hendrick alliance. And then SHR in 2011 with Tony Stewart, which was probably the one.
That's probably the real one-off.
Non-alliance.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah. I think that he has a bit of an agenda here to spotlight this, right? He's racing for a team that's not one of these three. And I think what he's trying to say is, I want some things to change. And that's all this is. And bravo to him. I mean, I think he's taken an opportunity to shine a light on some things that he'd love to be different. And pretty interesting, though. But do you believe that, Travis? TJ, your opinion is somewhat tainted in this.
I mean,
conversation.
The facts are the facts.
Yeah.
To say otherwise would be crazy. We saw who were in the final 8.
I don't know what the problem is. So, I think I look at other forms of motorsports and the teams that have real history and success are traditionally. You could say this is very similar to other forms of motorsport. Look at pick a form of motorsport. Pick one.
IndyCar.
Penske's been great, and Ganassi, right?
Yeah.
You got two teams that probably more that. There's two teams.
Hell, F1 only has like 10 teams to begin with, and it's the same 3.
Yeah, I mean, there for a while you had Ferrari, McLaren just going back and forth, back in the 2000s. Red Bull now and McLaren, they're kind of the two.
I do think, though, the way that information is shared and flowed to teams and stuff could be improved.
Well, I feel like, though, that what that would create is more parity and everybody running more similar, everybody running the same lap time. I mean, we already do that, but could they get even more similar? Yes. If everybody had the same blueprint.
Well, I wish they didn't. You couldn't
less share.
There's no alliances.
Well, if they had that, then this would be even more prevalent. Like, I think if we didn't have alliances, then Hendrick, Penske, and Gibbs would be even more dominant.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think all right, so Hendrick, Penske, and Gibbs,
but could
Chevrolet, Toyota, Ford, most of the information that those teams learn on their own, some of it they're able to keep to themselves, but a lot of it ends up leaking back into the manufacturer pool that all the other teams of those manufacturers can see and pull from and utilize. And so if you're saying, man, I don't want anybody sharing anymore, Hendrick's going to go, yeah, I don't want to share anyways. I'm going to take everything I learn and wall it off from every other Chevrolet, and they don't know about what we're doing over here. And they're just going to separate themselves further in performance from the other Chevrolets. And so...
But doesn't it also give them the reins of like, okay, you guys are getting too good now, we're pulling. Like, okay, so Hendrick's, they took the 77 or 7s pick earlier this year.
Yeah. Because
they were doing good. I mean, how does that make...
Just hire them.
Well, no, they took
I know, but if you want to eliminate that, they'll just go hire them.
That one's a little different, TJ, because that's if
I'm just saying,
if Spire, whoever wants to not lose their pit crew, then go hire your own. Like 2311 left AGR, so they can. Yeah, but
they're not going to hire 8 pit crews to start the season and have a backup crew for everybody. You know what I mean? Well, they would get through the year because those guys would all have contracts. Pit crew guys would have contracts. They're not leaving.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I know what you're saying after that year, but then still, what they're getting rid of is probably better than what Spire would have had to start with.
All right, Spire pit crew.
I'm just saying they see things and they like JGR and
what is
front row.
I think Brad's right. I don't see anybody else like sneaking up there and stealing one away. It could happen.
Correct.
There were some examples that he gave. He gave 3 examples.
No, I went and found those. He didn't give those.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he did.
Nope. I did that work.
You did that work.
Yep.
Bravo.
Yeah. Wow.
Don't be giving that to Brad.
Well, I mean, Truex was a Gibbs car. Not really. They were still up north, but they took all the Gibbs information and made it better.
He did, yes. Cole,
Harvick,
Pern.
SHR, Rodney Childers. They took all the Hendrick information, made it better, and kicked our ass. Tony Stewart in 2011, they had a Hendrick alliance. So I mean, all these. I would say that Brad. I think Brad's right. Hendrick, Penske, Gibbs, they're going to win the majority of the championships.